American people are fed up, and I can honestly say I don't blame them not one bit. It's a lot that's happening. It's a lot that's going on, and everybody's being affected. And let me just go ahead and start by saying, if you are not being affected right now, don't sit on your high horse, because you will not know, or should I say, you don't know when you will be impacted by something that's going on, or one of your family members will be impacted by what's going on. So let's get right into today's video. People are struggling, and it's not just one group of people or one, demographics of people. Mosquito, y'all. There are so many people being affected, and you guys, so many people are on their high horses right now. The amount of comments that I get with certain things being said is absolutely ridiculous. Nobody is immune to what's going on, and this is why I always say, just because something isn't directly affecting you right now at this moment does not mean at some point that yourself or your family or somebody that you're really close with will not be impacted by something that's going on. And this is a great example. So people have rising costs in their electric bills and just cannot afford it. There are people that have bills that are doubling and tripling. It's actually insane. We are already seeing increased prices at the grocery store. Some places are paying more for gas. Some states are higher just in general, right? We know that California and, upstate, those states typically run higher for every single thing. But again, this is in states that you wouldn't necessarily think are, have a high cost of living or high prices that you're seeing with your bills.
So we got our electric bill for the month of July, $650. For the month of June, it was $560. For the month of August, if it keeps raising, our electric company, CenterPoint Energy, we will have given them $2,000 in 3 months just for our electric bill. I can't afford that. And if I can't afford that, I can't imagine other people and what they're paying. Like they're forcing us to not pay our bills so that they can force us out of our houses or something.
I want you guys to let me know, if you don't mind sharing this information. Drop down in the comment section what state you're living in, how big your residence is. Doesn't matter if it's an apartment or, a house or anything, just as long as you are actually paying the electric bill and it's not included. Let me know how much you're paying and for what square footage.
My electric bill is $314.89. See, if you don't believe me, $314.89. That's crazy. Is anybody else's electric bill that high? This is the highest one we've had this year. And I remember in the summers when it used to be $150, and I thought that was crazy high. Now it's $314. Why is it so expensive? We do live in Kentucky, so it does get really, really hot here. But like I said, our bills have never been over $300 like they are now. We leave our air conditioning on 73, pretty much 24/7. So I don't think that's super, super low or anything. We don't have like a pool or a hot tub, although I would love a hot tub. We don't have anything like that we run. We just have a regular house. It is 2 stories, so we do have 2 units, air conditioning units. But, our house is only 2,400 square feet, about $314.89.
I know a lot of you guys know that I'm in North Carolina, so my bill runs on average $200 a month. I don't know how it's $200 a month. I really, really don't, because we actually have windows that need to be replaced. But on average, our bill runs $200, and our square footage of our home is around 2,700 square feet or 2,800. I always forget what it is, but it's either 2,700 square feet, 2,800 square feet. We always have a lot of stuff running just because a lot of us are home. My kids homeschool, and I know a lot of people have different ways that they like to conserve electricity. I know a lot of people believe in unplugging every single thing that's not being used in their home. I do know, like, all our bigger appliances are always, hooked up. If we're not in a room, I always try to tell the kids, make sure you're cutting the lights off and things like that. Just the standard typical things. I don't feel like we go overboard and unhook every single appliance that we're not using, except for certain things, because I'm weird. I always am very paranoid about house fires. I honestly think it may stem from my childhood home caught on fire. It wasn't a total loss, but we did lose like a significant amount of one room that had to be rebuilt. And so I don't know if it stems from that or what, but I do make sure like my kids are unplugging cell phone chargers, unplugging laptop chargers if they're not being used. Our air fryer stays unplugged, toaster and our Keurig stays unplugged if we're not, using it at that time. I know it's weird, but it just weirds me out. I also don't know if a lot of people know this, but we do, and when I say we, the United States actually gets some of their electricity from Canada. Michigan, Minnesota, and New York are going to see those price increases just because, again, we do get that electricity from them. Again, there are other states that already just see high prices, like California, your bills are going to be higher. I see a lot about Texas having higher bills, Arizona having higher bills, New York and places like that having higher bills.
What's going on with these bills? I'm sick of bills. Oh my God. I just got my public service bill. I live in New Jersey. PSE&G, Public Service Energy and Gas, $457.23, and I live by myself. Okay? For electricity? Come on now, y'all. The gas portion for the stove was only $23. It's probably the lowest it could go. And I have solar panels that I paid $230 for the solar panels. So for energy, I'm paying over $600 a month, almost $700 a month. This is insane. You take money out of my paycheck. You take taxes out of my paycheck. I pay taxes on everything that I purchase. The property tax is high as I can't afford cable. So I just have, I could go on and on. I am aggravated, and I don't know if anybody else is experiencing this. If you live in New Jersey, you know that the PSE&G just went up 17%, right? 17% on your PSE&G. So when you see the increase, don't even bother calling them because it went up, and that's the difference that you're going to see.
At some point, we're going to be priced out of electricity. What makes this also crazy about the price increases and people having higher bills and higher than normal bills, not only have we had a hotter summer, this summer has been really weird actually. We've had a lot of rain here in North Carolina, followed by super hot days and then a lot of rain and then super hot days. It's just been really weird across here. And with that being said, we have a power grid, but we have a power grid that just doesn't work properly, right? So this dates back to, forever ago, where we have infrastructures, power grids that just are not up to par. So for them to continuously, raise prices on things, not only do we pay taxes, city, county, whatever, we pay all kinds of taxes and everything just is not up to par. So what are you doing with the money that we're giving you at this point? People are paying all of this money. You have people that are paying $500, $600, $700, $800 power bills. Where exactly is this money going? Where is this money being utilized? So I can understand a lot of people's frustrations. Is there anything that we can do about it? I almost feel like no. Like they know that. Can we go without power and electricity? Yes. Would the average person like to go without those things? No, because it's something that we have become accustomed to. So with that being said, they kind of know what they can do. It's almost like they push us and they try to get away with as much as they can, because as a nation, what are we going to do when we rely on, power grid and these companies? I feel like a lot of things just are not sustainable for a lot of people right now. You guys let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next video.